When I first got elected leader, I did promise that what we were going to try and do as a city was become self-sufficient in renewable energy. And this is a project which will help us achieve that ambition. And if you think about it, the way that energy services, prices and supply is going, one of the biggest risks to our growth in the city will be energy supply. So if we can crack that and be self-sufficient, we can also sustain the growth that we need in order to make sure that we can provide the services that this city needs. To be frank, it's about services. We are under tremendous pressure because we've had our rates, our support grant from government cut, and it will continue to be cut over the next 4 or 5 years. So what we have to do as an administration is actually create income, generate income for this city. This particular project should bring in somewhere between 100 and 120 million pounds over its lifetime. Now, to put that in context, that would be the equivalent of between 8 and 10% increase in council tax every year in order to be able to replace that income. Or we're going to have to cut services, and nobody wants us to do that. As you know, the ambition of this administration has been to grow the city, increase the investment in our city and to create new jobs. This particular project reinforces and strengthens our environmental credentials. Now, as you already know, we have approximately 400 environmental businesses in the city. And this is one sector that is growing very fast and growing very effectively. So actually, if they're in the environmental sector, they're attracted to Peterborough because we have a strong environmental credentials. If they're not in the environmental sector, then they get business and attract business from those businesses that are. It's about new jobs, it's about new investment, it's about the city growing and prospering, and it's about us providing the right services. Clearly, we all know that we in the West, we use far more resources than the world can sustain. We've also got as a city to cut down on our carbon footprint, and that of course has got to have environmental benefits for us all. Plus, of course, what we do is we add to our environmental agenda and to the environment capital credentials that we have in the city. It would be a huge benefit to us as a city because it means that we can replace some of the income that we're losing from government because of the really difficult economic times in which we live, and it will enable the council to continue providing most of the services that are required in our city. I mean, you know, it just means that people will pay less rates and still get the same services, and that I think is a huge bonus. Well, I think this project is a flagship project. We will be the attention of certainly the UK, probably Europe, because there will be other cities that will want to copy what we're doing. The consequences of getting this right, if it's approved, means that we can have a better education in environmental services. It means we can attract more jobs. It means that we will be able to take on apprentices, better training, have probably a technical college. It's really exciting, and it's really something that we as a city will see tremendous benefit from. We will be able to protect the services that we need to deliver, to look after our young, our vulnerable and our elderly. The whole city should be proud of what we're trying to do because actually it fits in the agenda for the city. It fits into all the things that we want to do and achieve as a city.